Hey everybody, welcome back to Ridge Meadow Railfanning. Today, figure I'm going to make a video more on the hobby side, model railroading side of things. But I start you out today with a little look at this old potbelly stove. They were used in, at least similar ones were used in cabooses and things like that. So I thought I'd give you a quick shot of this we have in our dining room as a decoration. But always reminds me of a caboose or an old general store, something like that. So there you go, you get a quick look at that. Okay guys, let's jump into this. So these are some of the HO scale model railroad buildings that I have assembled and painted and weathered so far for the layout that I someday here aspire to get going. I had one at my old home. We moved about 6 years ago. I brought all the pieces parts with me. Part of the framework has been assembled, but it's about all the further I've gotten with it. However, I thought I'd jump in and show you guys what I've built so far, and then afterwards I'll show you a few of the kits that I have not gotten around to building yet at this point, but they will be upcoming for the layout. So here we go. Okay guys, first up, this is the TYCO old time factory kit. I bought this on eBay many years ago. This is probably the largest and most detailed kit that I built. Took quite a bit of time. You can see I have done some weathering on it and that as I assembled it. A lot of different little aspects there. I kind of like the thought or idea of a copper roof. So that's kind of what I put on this building, or made this building to look like anyhow. And then, you put some tarnish on there. Copper kind of gets that green color. Same thing with the window frames and that. Pretty detailed kit. I sort of like gray or black washed the brick to give it a darker old school look, to make it seem like it was older. It's supposed to be an old time factory, so wanted it to look old. Pretty neat kit though, a lot of pieces in this. I like to have, so I guess I should kind of explain myself with my approach to a model railroad here. I'm from the old TYCO era, so my thought is I want to see trains running. I'm not so much an operational guy. Not that there isn't a place for it. There's beautiful, super detailed scale layouts and whatnot, and those are absolutely amazing. But I just think, from the TYCO days and that, we just played with trains, and nothing was really too fancy for us. But we had fun with it, and that's kind of my approach. I want buildings on there. I want them to look kind of real, but, give you an idea of where you're at, or make you think or imagine where you're at. Nothing's going to be like prototypical or anything like that. Just want it to be fun. Just want to run trains. So I want stuff to look kind of real, like you can imagine it to be. But again, not an operational thing. Just want to have something that looks kind of neat and be able to run trains. So there's the first building, a TYCO old time factory kit. Next up, another one from TYCO. This one is the TYCO brewery kit. This was a fun one. I modeled this after Great Lakes Brewing Company, if you can see on the sign there. That's a local brewery in Cleveland, here in Ohio. Had many of their beers and enjoy them, so I thought it would be fun to make this kind of an imaginative Great Lakes brewery. So, fun kit, again, same thing. Kind of put the copper roofing on there again. On the side pieces anyhow, side rooms. Again, kind of black washed the brick, white washed it a little bit. More of a lighter gray, I think, is what I used. Tried to make the woodwork look, you know, kind of weathered. I like to imagine that as like a little sitting area or something outside. Fun kit to build. Love the way it looks. There's a lot of cool kits out there from all kinds of various manufacturers. I've kind of made it a point to try to get a hold of, or start getting a hold of as many TYCO kits as possible. Like I said, that's kind of from my era, kind of what I remember seeing and that. And so I've tried to get a hold of as many as I can, as obviously I have a lot more to get my hands on, but pretty neat. Probably some of my favorites. So there you go, TYCO TYCO brewery kit. Not old time, but TYCO brewery kit. Okay, next up, another TYCO kit. I believe, gosh, I'd have to go back and look this up, but I think this is a TYCO machine shop, I believe was the kit, what they called it. But they had came with various stickers you could put on that front signage there. I think there was an electrical option, a machine shop, a couple other things maybe. Pretty quick and easy kit here. Love brick buildings, so I model a lot of those. Makes me think of you know, driving into an old town. You see all the brick buildings next to each other down the main street or whatever. You know, they all each kind of have their own separate style maybe, but all tied together or connected, you know what I mean? Maybe not internally, but right up against each other outside, you know. That old town kind of feel. That's the kind of stuff that reminds me of that. Pretty easy kit. Not a huge amount of detail work on it, but same thing, kind of weathered up to brick. Stuff like that. Neat little windows on the top. Let light in. You can imagine, I know I've been in buildings like that where I've seen that before, so. Alright, there you go. TYCO, I believe, machine shop. You can correct me in the comments if there's a proper name for it. Okay guys, into the next one. Another TYCO kit. Another brick building. This one is what they call the TYCO Railroad Hotel. Now I'm completely, well not completely, but I changed a lot of features on this one. I want, again, going with that old town kind of feel. Wanted an individual style building. So you can see here, I turned this into like an old, like a craft store, like somebody moved into it and made it a craft store. You can see there, Holly's Hobbies and Crafts. but a little bit different. It was the original building with all the features on it. Kind of looked more of like an Old West kind of building or setup, which I didn't want it to be Old West, but wanted it to look old, you know, again, like those old towns that you can drive through. So kind of cut off some of the other stuff that was on it to make it, give it that appearance. Whitewashed the brick. Put some window shades inside. Just some fun stuff. Computer printed the signs and glued those on. Went with, you know, like a blue and maroon and green kind of theme on it. You know, kind of like a, say, for hobby type look or whatever. One other thing I kind of did to this building, try to get you in, the roof here. I glued sand to the roof to make it look like kind of a stone style roof, you know, for the aggregate or whatever. Just fun little things to do, you know. So there you go, TYCO Railroad Hotel. Actually, let me show you what it was supposed to look like. I have a box here still. So that's what I was talking about. Kind of looks like an Old West style building there. So I got rid of all that, you know, that overhang and. So there you go. You can kind of see the difference. A little more simplistic, but more of that modern day old town feel. Okay guys, up next is an Atlas kit. This is, they call it the Atlas Signal Tower. What's on the packaging. This is a fun little kit to do. A lot of details on here. Let's see, like gutter systems, window blinds up there. Did the same as the other buildings. Was with the, as far as the brick's concerned, weathering the brick, kind of whitewashing it, putting some kind of dirt on there or whatever. Did the same thing that I did with the hobby building or the railroad hotel with the roof. Put sand up there for an aggregate style roof. Felt that just kind of made it pop pretty good. Fun kit, like I say. I like the little offset. There's tons of you know, signal tower / interlocking towers available out there. This one just caught my eye because it's just the detail on it, the way it looks. Again, the offset of the two portions of the building. Got that little storage case underneath the stairs there. Door up top, door down below. Just a super fun building. I believe they make this in different scales. This one's obviously HO, I said before. That's what I like. It's my favorite. It's what I grew up with, so HO's it for me. But anyway, I believe this, I know they obviously make this in HO. I believe there's an O scale version, and I think an N scale, but not 100% sure. You have to check that out. Okay guys, Atlas Signal Tower. Alright guys, here we go. Last one for the assembled kits that I've got here. This is the Atlas Maywood Station Kit. I think on the packaging they show it in like browns and tans or whatever, but I modeled this particularly after a station that exists in Olmsted Falls, Ohio. It's owned by a model railroad club there. They have HO scale and stuff set up inside that you can go and visit every so often. They have like open houses or whatever. But so this is an actual building, slightly different. I'm not going to say that it's, you know, an exact replica of the building. It's not. I just modeled it to have that similarity, because I've been there. I used to rail fan there quite a bit. Watch the NS trains go by on the two main line tracks there. Anyhow, so I painted it the same paint scheme that they have there. In just a second here, I'll show you. They have an old Pennsylvania Railroad caboose that sits outside this station there, the real one in Olmsted Falls there. But pretty simple kit to do, not real difficult. Pretty nice looking kit. Plenty of detail on it. Let me give you the full effect here. There you go. So I picked that little caboose up on eBay just for this purpose, to kind of make it match that that setup that they have. And I'll show you a couple of old photos that I have of it. Unfortunately, I haven't been there in quite a while, so I don't have anything recent. So not the greatest quality photo, but you can get the idea when I show you what I was out to do. So this will be a little area on the layout when I get to that point, just for, you know, the fun of it. Again, something recognizable or whatever. So there you go. Atlas Maywood Station. Alright, first up for the unassembled kits that I have here, up and coming. First one is TYCO. Let's see, I've got 4 TYCO kits to show you here. This one you can see is the Ramsey Journal building. Again, this is going with that old town feel. Another brick building. This will go well packed together with some of the other ones to give you that Main Street feel. Really liked this one. This actually resembles very closely the town hall and the old city that I used to live in. So again, another recognizable thing in my mind that'll go, I feel, go pretty good on my layout. So there you are, Ramsey Journal building. This box is a little worse for wear on this. The kit's complete, but this was one of the more modernized kits that they did. You can see the Center Street series on there. I think these came later, you know, closer, probably, I'm gonna guess 80s on these. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to do some digging on it. But you can see their TYCO barber shop for the Center Street collection. Another one that would fit pretty cool. Give it some depth and some character there, considering it has a little front portion there that sticks out past the main building. Should add some pretty neat character in between two of the other ones there. TYCO Barbershop. Okay, here we go. Another TYCO kit. You can see the TYCO Freight Station. Going back to the older original kits that they had. This has kind of that, you can see with the kind of the pier setup down below, kind of matches the brewery that I showed you guys that I have assembled. But again, this will make the old town appearance look pretty neat. next to a siding or something like that. Just to add, you know, that, give you that idea of it being an old town. TYCO freight station. Let me turn this around actually and show you some of the other kits of that era. Give you an idea here. Oop. Probably have to do it this way and hold it here, but there you go. You can kind of see these were some of the ones from this era. Howard Johnson, the brewery, Ma's Place, Stockyard, partially assembled houses, trackside kit, garage, the machine shop I showed you, coaling tower. But that gives you an idea of you know, the other kits that were available at this time. There's the old time factory, a nice little barn, Exxon, a pickle factory, train station. No shortage of kits to go after, so I'll give you an idea there. Last TYCO kit, the TYCO engine house. This one really excited about doing this one, especially to be able to have you know, that setup over a section of track to have a locomotive kind of coming out of it. That should be pretty fun to do. All these kits I pretty much got like on eBay or whatever. They're all complete kits. I don't ever really buy any that that they don't pretty much let me know or guarantee that they're complete. But pretty cool looking building, I think. Or will be when it's done. Give you a look at the back of this one too here, so you can kind of see some of the other ones that they have listed. Slightly different one there, Gruesome Casket Factory. That basically looks like a couple of other kits that they kind of combined. The brewery again on there, different train station, Rico train station. Some of the other ones are pretty much the same. Old house. Another interlocking tower. I have this also that I started working on. I've got to locate it though. I'm not sure where I packed that away at. This is another fun one I'd like to get a hold of too. The repair shop. I've not come across very many of those at all. Blacksmith. A lot of neat kits. A lot of neat kits. Got their own version of a signal tower. That's pretty neat too. Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for the TYCO kits. Okay, here's a few FALLER kits that I picked up at a recent train show. Nothing fancy here, just a bridge. But looks pretty cool. I'd be excited to figure out a place to put that on the layout. You can see the kit number there, B541. I think these are German kits, if I'm not mistaken. But you can find these, you know, train shows or probably on auction sites, eBay or something like that if you look around. There you go, FALLER bridge kit. Okay, another FALLER kit. Kit number B265. Doesn't really seem to have a name on it, but you can see it's another little factory kind of setup here. Thought that would, again, just kind of fit in, being an old brick building, an old factory. So pick that up. We'll blend that in somehow at some point there. There again, I think this is an older kit, probably find it on auction sites, or like I picked this up at a train show, so something you're interested in, you can keep your eyes open or scope it out online or whatever. There you go, FALLER factory. Okay, last FALLER kit here. You can see HO scale, kit number B-161. Looks basically like a locomotive shop there. Again, I believe it's a German kit, but this matches that old-time factory from TYCO pretty darn good. Kind of has that same, you know, the wood between the bricks there or whatever. So seems like it would make a good match for the layout. There you go, FALLER B-161. Again, no name on it, but I'm gonna basically call it a locomotive shop. Alright, last kit to show you here is this AHM church kit. Every town needs a little church in it, and I thought this one looked pretty darn cool. I do want to get my hands on a TYCO one, just because it's TYCO. But this one kind of reminds me of a church up at Greenfield Village in Michigan, the Henry Ford Museum. So again, just something as a, you know, a real life, or, you know, something that reminds me of an actual church that I've seen. It's not exact the same, but very similar enough to give you the impression. So there you are, AHM church. Alright everybody, that'll pretty much wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Not chasing anything today, but figured go ahead with the model railroading aspect, as I said in the beginning. So I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you guys for checking out the video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate those who support me. Try to get the channel rolling here. So thanks everybody for taking a peek at this, and hope you enjoy it. If you wouldn't mind, appreciate if you checked out some of my other videos. Give them a shot. I've got another model railroading video with some of the locomotives that I've collected. You can take a look at that. You probably find that interesting. But maybe you could give a watch to a couple other videos. That'd be great. Thanks, guys.